Greetings, Earthlings! I'm the Martian Gamer, and today in Warframe, we're going to talk about why the Coaction Drift mod should be used more than it is being used, especially in squad play and trials, more popularly known as raids. Now, if you don't know what Coaction Drift is, it's one of the dual stat exilus drift mods that can be obtained on the moon from the different tests. This one requires completing the collaboration test, which can be beat pretty easily by like two people with Warframe abilities and focus using to move your little guy around and such like that. And essentially what it does is it increases the effect your aura has on the rest of the team or the enemies by 15%. And if your aura is a player affecting aura, it'll give you an additional 15% of aura effectiveness, which does stack. So you will be getting 30% aura effectiveness in addition to its original plus 30%, while the rest of your team will be getting plus 15% each from your aura, which is quite nice. And of course, that's only for player altering auras, because for enemy altering auras, it'll just do the plus 15%, such as corrosive projection, which is a really important aspect of this mod that I will get to. Synergy. One other thing to note is that Coaction Drift had been bugged and it just wasn't doing what it was supposed to do. It didn't do anything. And this shied a bunch of people away from it, but it has been confirmed as having been fixed. So now it does what it's supposed to do. No need to fret there. So into why Coaction Drift is an excellent use of your Exilus mod slot. Although the boost it gives doesn't necessarily seem like a lot, it really adds up, especially in party play. Although its solo impact isn't to be scoffed at either. So for example, with Steel Charge, you're going to be turning 60% increased melee damage into 78% increased melee damage in solo. And then in a party that's all using Steel Charge, you'll be turning 240% increased melee damage without the party members using Coaction Drift into 285% increased melee damage with all the party members using Coaction Drift. That's an additional 45%, which is 3/4 of having an entire other steel charge on your team. So that's quite good, just as an example. But moving on to rejuvenation, for instance, in a party using complete rejuvenation, normally you'd be getting 12 HP per second, which isn't too bad. That's actually 720 HP per minute. However, with Coaction Drift on all the party members, you'll be getting 14.25 HP per second. Not necessarily looking like a large difference, as I said. However, that's actually giving you 135 additional HP per minute, giving you a total of 855 HP per minute. So that's actually sizable, you can see. I mean, if it can mitigate a decent amount of damage, 135 extra HP per minute, and with 855 HP per minute total, you can see that kind of evens out some of the tankier frames, right? If you're building for lots of health, although given at really high levels, not auras, arcanes will start to come into effect, and so yeah, that depends on how you want to build. But in a raid, for instance, with everyone using rejuvenation, which probably wouldn't happen in a raid, but if it were to happen with everyone using rejuvenation, you would normally get 24 HP per second, giving you 1440 HP per minute. However, with Coaction Drift, you're going to be getting 28.05, and that is going to give you 243 additional HP per minute for a grand total of 1683 HP per minute. Now that will seriously let you take a beating. I mean, given you're sacrificing some other things, so I'll talk about some multi-aura synergies in a bit, especially for raids. But yeah, moving on to Energy Siphon, because I think this is the really big one, because towards the end game, no matter how much HP you're regenerating, the enemies can pretty much one-shot you a lot of the time, so really it's about how much energy you have to get your damage mitigating abilities, your invisibility abilities, whatever, your you know, AoE destroy them before they can destroy you abilities. So yeah, a squad, a 4-man squad using all energy siphons will be getting 2.4 energy per second, and a 4-man squad using all energy siphons and all coaction drifts will be getting 2.85 energy per second. That does not seem like a big difference, right? 0.45. I mean, what can that really mean? Well, without it, you're getting 144 energy per minute, and with it, you're getting an additional 27 energy per minute to make 171. And that's actually a bigger difference than you might think. For instance, I have these all laid out on a paper, so it gets kind of jumbled up. Looking at Hysteria, right? Valkyr's Hysteria. At max rank with no efficiency mods, Hysteria drains 2.5 energy per second. So actually, without Coaction Drift, you'll be slightly under netting positive. You'll be getting negative zero point 0.1 energy per second, which I guess doesn't seem like a lot. But if you want your energy to be going up still while using Hysteria, and perhaps you say, well, I'll be picking up energy orbs, that doesn't matter, but maybe you want to use one of the trade-off mods that gives you additional of one thing in exchange for another thing, and you're going to be losing efficiency or duration, for instance, then you do want to account for the best energy profit to keep you netting positive, let's say. And in addition, and efficiency maxed Hysteria, according to the wiki's explanation of efficiency maxing for Hysteria, will only take 0.625 energy per second. Now, on solo, with the Coaction Drift mod, you'll be getting 0.78 energy per second, whereas opposed to without it, just 0.6. So you're going to be, once again, tipping that balance to positive energy gain, which you wouldn't have otherwise. Another example being Loki's invisibility, right? Well, sorry, I'm scrolling through the recording, the gameplay that's playing. Loki's invisibility, by default, costs 50 energy. Well, with a maximized duration build for Loki's invisibility, as per the wiki standards of maximization, you will be getting 33.84 seconds out of your invisibility, right? Well, your invisibility costs 50 to cast, and with Coaction Drift on, and a full party of Energy Siphon / Coaction Drift users, you're going to be getting 96.444 energy in the time it took you, in the time you're spending invisible. So you're actually getting almost twice as much as it cost you to cast that invisibility over the course of your invisibility duration. Now, without Coaction Drift, you're still getting a sizable amount. You're getting 81.216 energy over that period, assuming your whole party is using Energy Siphon. But for this next one, we'll see it once again tips the balance. So with a maximized efficiency build, as per the wiki standards, once again, we can see that over the course of 4.8 seconds of invisibility, it will only cost you 12.5 energy to cast, and you will only be able to make 11.52 energy without Coaction Drift, but a full party of Energy Siphon users. With the full party of Energy Siphon and Coaction Drift users, you'll be getting 13.68 energy over the course of your 4.8 seconds. And you can see, once again, since it costs you 12.5, that just gives you the little bit of difference that lets you stay invisible pretty much 100% of the time. Imagine a team of 4 Lokis, endgame, probably not Derelict, but maybe Void. Actually, that'd be a bit hairy, I don't know. But maybe one Loki, we'll say, and they're still going to be reaping the benefits of this anyway. So they can help with reviving and disarming and whatnot. But yeah, and in solo, with a maximized duration build, once again, going back to how that was, with your Coaction Drift mod on, right? Just you, Energy Siphon, Coaction Drift, over the course of your duration, over the course of your 33.84 seconds, you'll be getting 26.3952 energy, which is slightly over half of the energy it took you to cast that. So Although you're not going to be soloing endgame anyway, to the degree where that little bit of time you'll have to spend out of invisibility, or perhaps you'll just be picking up lots of orbs, will really make that much of a difference. You can see it'll seriously help your economy. For instance, in spy missions like the one I'm using gameplay of right now, it's much easier when you have enough energy regen to just keep going and not have to necessarily worry about it when you have enough to last you just between pickups. And I am using Energy Siphon and Coaction Drift in this gameplay, although my duration wasn't as maximized as I would have wanted it to be. I have it better now. But yeah. Now, bringing the Energy Siphon synergy to the much larger scale topic of raids, what we have now is in a raid without Coaction Drift, but all players using the Energy Siphon aura, you'll be getting 4.8 energy per second, which nets at 288 energy per minute. With the Coaction Drift aura on all players, you'll be getting 5.61 energy per second, which gives an additional 48.6 energy per minute, topping you out at 336.6 energy per minute. Which once again is quite a lot. That's going to give you enough energy for your blessings, for your hysteria when you need it, your crowd control if you really use that. I mean, Banshee, your whatever she does, sonar. But you can see that's a reasonable difference. 48.6 energy per minute. That's enough for one extra cast of invisibility if you had a Loki there, although I don't know how they'd fare. Depends on which one you're doing, I suppose. Although I guess Loki's invisibility wouldn't really matter on the Arc raid / trial. But yeah. Now the thing is, Energy Siphon's good and all, but now we get to talk about the big one, which everyone really cares about: corrosive projection. Because I'm sure you've all heard, with Coaction Drift, you only need 3 corrosive projections to completely take out energy armor. Now, sadly, I guess not sadly, but it gives you less freedom with your builds. You do need all 3 of the people using those corrosive projections to have Coaction Drift on. If you only have 2 of them on, you'll actually be 1% shy of a complete armor strip. So you might as well just go the whole way with 3 corrosive projections and those same 3 players using Coaction Drift. You'll get 103.5% energy, or not energy, sorry, armor stripping on all enemies. Which is great because it opens up the last slot for something like Energy Siphon or Rejuvenation, I guess. Probably Energy Siphon, to be honest. Most importantly, though, in raids, using complete Coaction Drifts, you can get 3 corrosive projections and 5 energy siphons, let's say, which will, among stripping the enemy's armor completely, be giving you, well, it'll be giving the players running corrosive projection 3.45 energy per second, topping out at 207 energy per minute, and the players running the energy siphons instead of the corrosive projections 3.54 energy per second, topping out at 212.4 energy per minute. So once again, that's pretty substantial for a raid, because you're stripping all the armor and you've got that much net energy, and maybe you do some kind of combination with like a little bit of rejuvenation. Maybe you want to throw in a steel shard or something like that. I don't know, but you can see how that can actually make a sizable difference. And the thing is, the thing about exilus slots is that there's really not much better to put in them except perhaps handspring. If you're like a Banshee, right? You kind of need handspring. But assuming the majority of players aren't always playing Banshee, this still holds true that Coaction Drift is an excellent use of the exilus slot. You know, a little bit of extra run speed, some power strength is good, power range is good. Those are the other dual stat drift mods, and they're also reasonable. But Coaction Drift really brings together that team synergy. I mean, it comes from the collaboration test that can make a big difference in endless mode team play even, right? Because in T4 Survival Endless, a single minute actually probably won't end up being that much time, but getting, you know, 171 energy per minute in addition to anything else, Zeneric focus or energy orbs. Perhaps you have e whatever the equality. I can't speak. Whatever the mod that makes energy orbs and health orbs give a little bit of the opposite does, then the point is you'll be getting a lot. And yeah, that's all really. I've seen lots of YouTubers using builds that don't feature it really, and I just thought it was worth a lot more salt than people give it. And you got to give the salt. The salt is very important. So anyway, if you enjoyed this video, then leave a like, I guess. I would be very appreciative. And if you're so inclined, then subscribe for more content. We've reached 111 subscribers now. That's a great number, right? 111. So that's pretty cool. I'm thinking about doing a new channel banner. Um, 'Cause it's been a long time since I put in the old one, and it's probably gotta go. But yeah, more content coming soon. Anyway, thanks for watching. Stay ninja.